Hi, today we're going to be solving compound inequalities and absolute value equations. We're going to begin with section 3, which is solving compound inequalities. We're going to take a look at the vocabulary. A compound inequality is, now when you hear the word compound, you think about two. So it is two inequalities joined by the word and or the word or. Now the solutions for the inequality that has an and is the intersection any number that makes both inequalities true. And then the solution for the or inequality is the union. It's any number that makes either inequality true. So that's the difference between these two. So let's take a look at these phrases, and we're going to convert it into a math inequality. All real numbers that are greater than -2 and less than 3. So that means, what are all those numbers that are in between -2 and 3? So x is in between -2 and 3. That means that all of these numbers, -1, 0, 1, 2, and even 2.5, is in between -2 and 3. And because we're just using greater than and less than, okay, so here x is greater than -2 and it's less than 3. So we're going to have open circles because we don't have the little line that goes down here. B, all real numbers that are less than, so less than or greater than or equal to 2. So x is less than 0 or x is greater than or equal to 2. So in this case, x is less than 0, sorry. You're going to have an open circle and you're going to fill in all these numbers over here. All of these numbers over here are less than 0, the ones on the left. And then for this one, you have x is greater than or equal to, so that means you're going to have a filled in bubble and it's all the numbers to the right. Notice that when you have the or statement, your graph should go opposite directions. When you have the and statement, you're going to fill in between the two numbers. Okay, so let's take a look at the statement. Today's outside temperatures will be above. So above means greater than. 110 degrees, but will not be higher than 118. So that means that your temperature is going to be in between 110 degrees, but it's not going to be higher than 118. So it's going to be less than or equal to 118. So that's how I would write the model. T is for temperature. You could use x, whatever variable, but since it's temperature, I'm using T. Okay, so then this is an and statement. Why is this an and statement? Because you have two inequalities put together. And when we have an and statement, we want to leave the variable in the middle by itself. So our variable here is h. I want to leave that by itself. I'm going to subtract the 1 in the middle on the right side and over here on the left side. So then we're going to have -14 minus 1 is -15 is less than 3h is less than 2 take away 1 is 1. So we almost have the h by itself in the middle. Now we're going to divide everything by 3. So I'm going to divide this by 3, this by 3, and then this by 3. So -15 divided by 3 is -5, less than. And then these cancel, so you're left with the h in the middle. And then 1/3. Okay, and then 1/3 is 0.33. If you go to, now I have this on my phone all the time, Desmos. So then it works really well with fractions. 1 divided by 3. So you just use the dividing sign and you're going to get 0.3. I'm just going to round it to the, because we're going to graph the answer here. So then this is saying that h is in between -5 and 0.3. So I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to put 0 way over here and 1 right here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Notice that they're open circles, so it's an open circle at -5 because it's just strictly less than. And then here's 1, so 0.3 is like a third of the way, so that's 0.3. I'm going to have an open circle, and I'm going to fill in everything in between, because that's the and statement, means it's filled in between. Okay, go ahead, go to the next video to do the other examples.